Hey, what's up guys? Commander Alex here, and today I have a little bit of a different video for you guys. So today I'm actually going to be doing my top 3 heroes for Vainglory 2.0. So basically, this is the best roam in the game, the best lane carry in the game, and the best jungle carry in the game from my perspective. Now, I do want to make it clear, this is just what I believe, but this is, for me playing a lot of ranked matches, a lot of casual matches. I am a PoA main, so obviously if you're a much lower elo, it might be different, and if you're VG Gold, it might be different as well. So again, just my personal opinions, but I believe that they're pretty in line with the meta right now. So let's just hop into things. I'm going to explain what I mean when I talk. So first off, we have the best roam in the game and probably the best hero in the game right now. And to me, and this is just me, Catherine. Everybody loves Catherine. She is so good right now, and the reason that she's so good is No Wave Gauntlet. They added this item into the game, and you can combine it with Echo. So what this does is it allows her to item silence someone for quite a long time, silence them with her ult for quite a long time, then use Echo to use her ult again. So she gets AoE silences like crazy. She can item silence the enemy roam for quite a long time. Plus, with all the cooldown reduction from new No Wave, she gets tons of stacks even quicker. She's just incredibly strong right now, and if you get past like 20 minutes with her, there's a really high probability that you're going to win the game because she just scales out of control, and she has so much utility in fights that even if like she gets null waved, it doesn't matter because she can like AoE silence the enemy team and stay alive long enough to use Echo again to get that AoE silence. Like it's pretty nasty, to be honest, but that is probably the best hero in the game and is by far the best roam in the game right now. You can go Arden, but he's, I don't know, a little iffy in my opinion. So that's the best roam, but who is the best carry in the game, the best laner? Well, I would have to go with, and this is definitely a toss-up for me, but I would probably go with Gwen. The other option would be Ringo, but I feel like Gwen is a little simpler to use, and I think she works in this meta a little bit better. So the reason why I really like Gwen and why I think she went from being good in the last patch to being like godly in 2.0 is one really simple reason. The game is much slower. It's another reason why Catherine's good, because Catherine scales in the late game, but it's almost more true for Gwen because Gwen is a very weak early game hero. Not to say that she can't do anything, but she's not as strong in the early game as she is in the late game. Once she starts hitting her item spikes and she really starts to get some weapon power, she becomes just absolutely devastating. She can 1v3 teams if she's really good. Like, it's insane. Weapon power Gwen has this incredibly steep curve of scaling. For like the first 15 minutes of a game, she can kind of do something, but it's not going to be a whole lot. And then once she hits a couple items, she starts getting some crit chance, her breaking point, maybe a Star Blade, she suddenly starts doing tons of damage, and that damage gets her breaking point going, which in turn kind of makes her just go out of control. So the reason that she's so strong is because the game has slowed down in 2.0. So it used to be that, if you lost that early invade, you were screwed. You lost the game in under 15 minutes and you were done. But now, since there's no jungle shop, the jungle is generally not decided in the early game. The lane can go even depending on how things are going there, and you can get through the lane without having to worry about just, getting completely shut down because your jungle got destroyed and now they're ganking you like crazy. So it's kind of an interesting change. Nothing directly changed with Gwen, but because the game is slower, she just has much more time to scale, and she's really good right now. The other option is Ringo. He scales really well as well, and he also has a fairly decent early game, but he is much harder to use because you have to have very good stutter stepping with him, and he also doesn't have quite as much utility as Gwen, and that's why I think Gwen probably comes out a little bit more on top. So that is the best carry in the game, but who is the best jungler in the game? Well, a lot of people would say Petal right now, but honestly, I feel like Petal has some really hard counters, some heroes that just shut her down, and I don't think that to be the best jungler in the game, you can have a hero that just completely shuts you up. So the hero who I think is best right now is CP Kestrel. Now you may be thinking, what are you talking about? CP Kestrel has so many different counters, and that's true. There are tons of counters to CP Kestrel, but they only work with a bad CP Kestrel. If you are truly good with CP Kestrel, you can beat any counter because it's all about staying infinitely invis and then one-shotting the enemy carry when they step too far over. That's all you gotta do. So the really cool thing about CP Kestrel now is that with the new Echo, you can miss, then instant miss again. And what that means is that you can go from having to take somewhere around like 8 seconds to get 2 misses on one spot to being able to instantly do it. And now that means that, if the carry's chasing you, you missed, Echo missed again, and then when they walk over that spot, you can one-shot the enemy carry. And I'm not even, exaggerating about this. I am talking everyone full builds in the game. If the enemy carry walks over a double miss and you land an arrow on it, they will be deleted from the game. Even if they're full health, hell, even if they're building a little bit of shielding, you can delete people from the game. And I think that's incredibly strong. It's just something that, if you are good enough with this hero, you will be rewarded beyond measure with it. I know a lot of people like Weapon Power Kestrel right now. I think she's very good. I'm not saying Weapon Power Kestrel is bad, and I think Weapon Power Kestrel is a hell of a lot easier. But I think if you're talking the best jungler in the game, it's got to be CP Kestrel. Tell me what you think. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of discussion about my last pick. Most people will probably go with a more conventional jungler. CP Kestrel is a little bit out there, but I think when she's played correctly, she is just absolutely devastating. From a numbers perspective, there's nothing that even stacks up to her. So that's that. Tell me what you guys think of Hatch 2.0. Who are your top 3 heroes in each role? And yeah, that's about all I got for you guys. Hopefully you will try out some of these heroes, and hopefully you will tell me how it goes for you. So thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.